Hi, and welcome to the Overcomer channel. I'm Tanya Marie, and I am an overcomer of stage 3 aggressive breast cancer. I'm also an overcomer of all kinds of life's challenges and still living my path, still living my journey. I've created this channel in the hopes that sharing my story may inspire or help somebody else out there who is struggling in their own life with whatever challenge that it may be. I'd like to thank all of you who liked, commented, and shared my very first YouTube video, Overcoming Worry. That video can be found here on my channel. I was really humbled and just so touched by those of you who commented and shared the video, especially on my Facebook pages, and shared your own stories of how worry is impacting your life or has impacted your life. I've come to really believe that one person healing has a ripple effect, an energetic vibration that touches so many other people's lives. I think a lot of times we don't even know the people whose lives we're touching. So that's why I decided to get vulnerable and put myself here on camera and share a little bit about my story. I feel so grateful to be alive, and I really want to dedicate my life by giving thanks, by sharing how I've moved through my journey and how I've been able to come to a place of finding peace and joy in my life that I was always looking for. Of course, that doesn't mean that my life's perfect, and it certainly doesn't mean that life is easy or that I don't experience obstacles and challenges in my life. What it does mean is that I've found strategies and ways to heal my life and to use so that I can move through these challenges in a way that is not more destructive for me, or in a way that doesn't leave me completely shattered. So since that video, I have been deeply entrenched in my healing journey post-cancer. I've been super dedicated to my physical rehab, which is going really well. And I continue to be dedicated each and every day to my mental and emotional and spiritual health as well. So recently, I decided to enroll in a program on the Shift Network being offered by Dr. Barbara DeAngelis. This program's called Soul Shifts. It started last week, but I think that you can still enroll in the program, and definitely encourage anyone who is at all interested in having an internal shift or transforming your life in any way to really check out this program. I'll try to leave the link below this video for you. So I first was introduced to Dr. Barbara DeAngelis probably in my late teens, early 20s. At about the time that I was experiencing romantic relationships in my life, and I was really drawn to this woman's charisma, drawn to her wisdom and her magnificence, and I learned a lot from her in those days. I learned a lot about relationships, and I was just really amazed that 20 years later, she would again, her and her wisdom would come again into my life in a very deep and profound way. So prior to the diagnosis of cancer, I was already very much on a healing journey. But I had been struggling with issues of depression and anxiety and relationship issues and deep grief and heartbreak and challenges at work and all kinds of different things. And really was at a place where I had probably never felt so low in my life. And in a really divine moment, I found Barbara's book, Soul Shifts. It literally was sitting in the grass, just calling out to me, wanting to be read. And so I picked up this book, and I ended up sitting in the sun for 2 to 3 hours. I don't know, I lost track of time, reading chapter after chapter after chapter. And I had decided that day that I would pick myself up and I would continue on, that I would move through these obstacles. And this book was just like a guide map for me. It was just so helpful for me during those days. So I was really excited to see that this was now going to be like put into like a course format for me to take. So it was great. Last week started, and the first week really focused on the Soul Shifts mantra, which is, today I will see all that there is to see. I will feel all that there is to feel, and I will know all that there is to know. I can't even begin to tell you what that mantra has meant to me in my life. And over the weekend, I've been really reflecting on that mantra and how it has deeply impacted my life. So 1.5 years ago, when I was diagnosed with aggressive stage 3 cancer, I was really surrounded by all kinds of messages. I was surrounded by messages of stay strong and be brave and be positive. I was surrounded by fear and worry, what was going to happen to me, was I going to survive? And I was feeling a host of feelings as well. I mean, I was feeling fear and worry as well, and anger. But what I found is that this mantra was really a guiding force for me. It really grounded me into this experience that I was having with cancer, and ended up helping me in a very, very profound and deep way. So in the early stages of my diagnosis, I made a radical decision that I would lean into this journey with love and compassion and forgiveness and gratitude. Despite how many messages of anger and fear and all of that around me, around cancer and hatred, I decided that I would make a conscious effort that even as I was feeling anger, and even though I was feeling this grief and devastation, that I would commit to time every day to practice feeling gratitude and forgiveness and compassion and love for this journey as well. So in the early days, I started a gratitude journal, much like the Oprah Winfrey Gratitude Journal. However, mine focused on listing all of the ways that cancer was happening for me. Not to me, but for me. And I remember in those early days and early weeks, some days it was just such a struggle to even come up with one reason So I gave myself that freedom and that permission to feel my feelings. I gave myself space. No matter what people were saying about stay positive and all of that, I gave myself the space to cry. I gave myself the space to be angry and pound my pillows and to really voice it and to say it. A lot of that time was spent on my own and by myself, but it was important. I didn't want to cover up. I didn't want to bottle those feelings, because that is what had gotten me into so much trouble in my life in the past. In fact, I had bottled up years, a lifetime of emotions, of anger and resentment and heartbreak and all of it. And I just didn't want to do that this time. So I allowed myself to feel that. But I also allowed myself to feel those moments of gratitude and forgiveness as well. So what I noticed was that by the end of that journey, sometimes I was writing pages and pages and pages of how cancer was happening for me. It still amazes me how much I can write about in gratitude for what this has brought in my life and for me. So, what do I know? And what did I see? Well, what I saw in my journey was I saw people, the best of people. I saw the best of humans. I saw people rallying around me in love. I saw people coming together and creating baskets, self-care baskets for me. People supporting me with a freezer so that I could have meals, and people bringing meals, people praying with me, sitting with me, going to my chemo with me. I saw the worst in people too. You know, I experienced people leaving my life for whatever reasons that they needed to leave my life. And again, and use that mantra, why was that happening for me, not to me? I also saw the grim effects of what cancer can do to the physical body. But I also saw the beauty in embracing and accepting one's own death, the courage of that. What I know, well, what I know for sure is that there is no greater medicine in this world than love. There is nothing stronger than love to heal. Even if you're facing your own death, love can heal you emotionally and spiritually in ways that you've never known in your life. What I know is that no matter what obstacles I face in my life, I'm strong enough to overcome them, because I am an overcomer. And that I am never alone, ever. I have felt faith in God in ways that I never have felt in my life before. And while I know that people will come and go out of my life and shit will hit the fan. Things will happen in my life. The one steady and one constant in my life is my relationship with God. Whether or not you believe in God or don't believe in God, the relationship that you have with yourself and that spark within you is solid. What I also know for sure is that I can't simultaneously hate these scars on my body while being grateful for the gift and miracle of being alive that these scars have given me. It's impossible. I can feel angry and I can feel worry and fear, and I can simultaneously feel gratitude and forgiveness. But what I've learned is that the more time that I spend feeling grateful, the less I feel hatred and anger. So, this mantra has definitely impacted my life in a very profound way. And I can't thank Barbara enough for sharing her wisdom with me and sharing it with all of us around the world. I'm really excited about the remainder of this course, and I would, if there's any takeaway from my video today, no matter where you are in life, no matter what you're experiencing, I would encourage you to try the practice of writing or saying or thinking about why your circumstances are happening for you. And to remember this mantra. Today, I'm going to see everything that there is to see. I'm going to feel everything that there is to feel. And I'm going to know everything that there is to know. Thanks so much for joining me today, and I wish you lots of peace and joy this summer in your journeys, wherever they may take you. Thank you.